Imagine selling your house on Tuesday, and by Wednesday, it's back on the market for almost $105,000 more. No new kitchen was put in, no fresh paint, no renovations, nothing. So here's the question. Did this house suddenly become worth almost $100,000 more overnight? Or did the original homeowner simply sell it for way too little? Okay, we can see here from the public tax records that the house was sold for $370,000 on May 27th. My goal here isn't to tell you that every cash buying buyer is bad. Sometimes they absolutely make sense. But I do want homeowners to understand what convenience can actually cost before they sign anything. Personally, I think they should test it themselves on the open market, but everybody's situation is different. Okay, let's head out to Batavia. This was a beautiful single-family home built in 1974. Just over 2,000 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, attached two-car garage, nothing unusual. But here's where things get interesting. On May 27th, the homeowner sold the property to one of those we buy homes for cash companies for $370,000. Pretty straightforward. Until you look at what happened next. Wait, 24 hours? Seriously? What exactly happened during those 24 hours? Did they remodel the kitchen? Nope. Replace the roof? Nope. Finish the basement? Nope. New flooring? Nope. Paint? Not even that. From everything I can see, the house was simply put back on the market. That's it. As you're looking through these photos, I want you to ask yourself one question. What changed? Because I'm honestly having a really hard time finding anything. No cosmetic updates, no remodeling, no major improvements. It appears to be the exact same house. Now, here's something people don't think about. Once a home is listed on the open market, thousands of buyers can compete for it. That's what creates value. When you sell directly to one investor, you're usually negotiating with exactly one buyer. The investor was obviously hoping somebody would pay that first asking price, because typically that's what happens in multiple offers. But they didn't. After about 2 weeks, they did a price drop, a whopping $5,000. But just 5 days later, it went under contract and ultimately sold for $469,900. So let's do the math. The investor paid $370. The investor sold for $469,900. That's almost $100,000 more after owning the property for only a few weeks and without making any renovations. Now, to be fair, I can't say with certainty that the original homeowner would have received exactly $469,900 had they listed it themselves with an agent on the open market. No one can honestly promise that. Different timing, different buyers, different circumstances. all affect the final price. But what I can say is this: the market ultimately produces a buyer who was willing to pay nearly $100,000 more than that cash company paid. That by itself should make every homeowner stop and think before accepting an investor offer from one of these companies. Now, cash buyers absolutely have their place. If a home needs extensive repairs, if it's a foreclosure, which even in both of those cases, selling to a we buy as is for cash investor most likely will always net you way less than testing the open market first. Now, if someone truly needs to close in a matter of days, these cash investors could be a great solution. But if your home is in decent condition or even poor condition, and you have even a little flexibility, getting multiple buyers to compete for your home could make an enormous difference. Because in this case, the real cost of convenience may have been close to $100,000. If you're thinking about selling and you've already received a cash offer, don't assume it's your only option. I'd be happy to show you what your home could realistically sell for on the open market before you make a decision. And if you've enjoyed this series, subscribe, because I've got plenty more real examples just like this one.